declining energy assistance because they're scared of what might happen if they write their name and their address on a form. Partner agencies have told us that 6 people seeking protection for domestic abuse this year have dropped applications for court-ordered protection out of fear of visiting the Multnomah County Courthouse
or jail.
It is truly heartbreaking. It's imperative that local jurisdictions stand united with our immigrant and refugee communities and do our part to combat hate and wade through these uncertain times alongside our community members. I am proud to say that Multnomah County has unanimously passed 2 resolutions similar to the one before you today, and is invested in both internal training and external culturally competent legal services. We are committed, and I know the leaders in this room are also committed, to moving the dial on inequity and to standing up against racism and oppression. We've seen that in your investments and in your desire to work together to create an integrated approach to communication and response if something does happen in our community. This is only the beginning. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or over the next few years, but we do know what our values are here in Portland and in Multnomah County. That's why I strongly encourage all of you to approve this resolution that states loudly that you stand with community. You stand for justice.
All of us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Next up, we have council staff presentation. Andrea Valderrama, Roman Salazar, and Christina Lawrence.
That'd be pretty cool. Police rescue ice.
Are you going to make your Portland police stop ice when they come into our city?
Are you actually going to do anything against ice, or are you just going to be like that?
Fire yourself with ammunition against the ice agents.
Hello, Mayor and Council. My name is Andrea Valderrama, and I'm a Senior Policy Advisor to the Mayor. And I've had the privilege of continuing the work that began last year on moving forward to formally declare the City of Portland a welcoming, inclusive sanctuary. I'd like to emphasize that this effort truly has been a partnership between staff and all council offices, which is demonstrated by the fact that it's being introduced by the full council. And as a daughter of political refugees from Peru and a first-generation graduate student, this resolution is especially powerful to me, and I'd like to thank you for your leadership and collaboration. I go home every night to feed my daughter dinner, and 50% ends up in her mouth and 50% on the floor. And I give her a bath, read her some books, and put her to bed. And while we sing and dance throughout this whole process, I still worry in the back of my mind all night, every night, that I alone cannot protect her from the racism and the oppression that I know is inevitable. This is why this resolution is so important, not only for our current employees and constituents, but for our future generations. And you have the ability to ease this worry, not only in my mind, for my daughter, and for the minds of all of Portlanders today. We have some really great panelists, so I don't want to take up too much time. But I wanted to let you all know that if you have any questions after the panels, please don't hesitate to call me back up here to answer them. And thank you again so much, all of you, for your leadership.
Thank you very much, Andrea.
My name is Goldan Salazar. I work with Commissioner Amanda Fritz. I'm grateful to have worked on this resolution from its inception, and I thank you for a few moments today to share my story. My father came to Oregon from Mexico without papers back in the 1970s. Back then, he could safely make the trek from Mexico to Oregon to work here seasonally and return to Mexico to care for his parents. Today, that journey is no longer safe for him and many migrants who used to be able to come and go. The border is unwelcome to people who look and who talk like him now. Growing up in Northeast Portland with a single mother who is disabled and without my father has been an obstacle.
But as a first-generation college student graduating from Lewis and Clark, I'm proud to be sitting here today. Each morning I arrive at City Hall and I walk through the heavy doors to our office. I think of whose shoulders I'm standing on to be here, and those who have gone before me. Each of us hold the great responsibility to be accountable to those in the community who cannot be here today. The single mothers with disabilities, the undocumented fathers who migrate, and the children of these families like me. We have an obligation to protect our employees throughout the city and continue to move this work forward. I thank all of council for supporting this resolution to protect the diversity of East Portland.
Safety is first. That's what we need. Amanda
I am Commissioner Fish's community liaison. I want to thank you, Commissioners, Mayor, Commissioner Fish. I'm honored to have collaborated with the Mayor's office on this resolution. Nationally and globally, we've seen a shift towards nationalism and fascism. It's a response to fear. A fear of immigrants and refugees. A fear of the other. While we cannot make immediate changes nationally or globally, we can make changes locally in our community. We derive strength from our diversity and from multiculturalism, from immigrants and refugees, which includes those who are undocumented. And we're part of a movement that does not force people into the shadows. We do not feed ignorance and fear. Today we lead. Today we stand together, united, celebrating and protecting our cherished, diverse Portland community.
Next up, we have staff presentations. It'll be Tracy Reed from the Attorney's Office, Anna Kendall from Human Resources, and Doug Higgins from the Office of Equity and
Mayor, Council, good afternoon. It is truly my pleasure to be able to be here this afternoon in support of, acknowledgement of the importance and need for this resolution. Here to support our Black and brown brothers and sisters, our Muslim brothers and sisters who work for this city and who are residents of this city. There's clearly been great concern subsequent to the original orders by the President that have caused concern and fear among our staff and among those who live in our community. This resolution attempts to speak to that and address in some way that concern. Some of it may in fact seem symbolic, but symbols do mean something. And the values of this city are spoken through this document. I've had the opportunity through my office
pay extortion
to, in
fees
some sense,
in order to
convene
be over there to take
a group
pictures,
of
right?
folks who worked on this. I want to absolutely give appreciation and kudos to your staff, Mr. Mayor, to
Is that right? I gotta pay extortion
Andrea, as she really kind of shepherded this process.
I've seen you play cons and ghosts.
Convened and allowed us to engage and offer
This is interfering with my video.
edits, if you will, to this document to really bring, I think, the meat, the depth, and the breadth that was of importance to the staff and the staff and employees of this city. There was a working group of which both Tracy and Anna were a part of, and also members of the audience. And I would just like them to stand so you can see who all was involved in the creation of this resolution alongside
The whole community
They're all
because the whole community should be a part of it.
So it was very much a work of collaboration among Bureau staff who were concerned and expressed the concern of their immediate staff. As we work forward, my office along with Anna and others, and Tracy, will put some specific content together to further inform staff on how they can respond, how they should respond, and how they're comfortable being able to respond legally, morally, otherwise, ethically, if should there be any issues regarding ICE on city property and city buildings, that they are responsible for. So from that point moving forward, we really look forward to continuing to inform as well as support all those who are feeling stress and in fear based on where we are in this country.
Appreciate the representatives. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council. Excuse me, Anna Canwit, Director of the Bureau of Human Resources. I do echo everything others have said about the importance of this resolution. As you can imagine, because we're the Bureau of Human Resources, we do get a number of calls from concerned employees, concerned family members about what may happen to them. And we have worked with the work group in terms of bringing these issues forward. The benefits office also recently had our EAP, our Employee Assistance Program provider, had an immigration attorney come to talk to interested employees about the history of Oregon in terms of the other exclusions we've had of people of color.